Hi, everybody. It's Colette Baron-Reid. I'm super excited. This coming Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's October 21st, me and the fantastic medium John Holland are doing a virtual event. It's called Mystical Connections. There's a few tickets left, not too many, but you want to join us, and you're going to see some wild and crazy mediumship for a couple of hours of mystical fun on Thursday night. Come and join us. Take care. Somewhere there's a link. I don't know where. Okay, let's do the reading. Okay, let's get going with the reading. So we're going to be using the Seven Energies deck. I'm trying to mix up my decks every week. Seems like you guys like this. Anyway, the first card is considered the anchor card. And that anchor card means that it's going to focus the energy of the theme of the week. Now, we know we're doing a semi-predictive reading, and the fact that we're kind of giving you a weather report, just like you do on the news. But it's more prescriptive because I'm telling you what to do with this energy. It'll be up to you to choose whether you're going to do with what you're going to with this week, but at least you're going to know, do you wear a raincoat when you leave the house or not? Haha. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about the anchor. Oh, this is interesting. This is a great card, Healing the Heart. Why is this a great card? Because we have just been through a few weeks of Mercury retrograde in Libra, which is all about relationships with yourself, with your higher power, with each other, with the people at your office or your work or whatever it is. But basically, it was about taking a look at how we relate to ourselves and to others. It's all about relational energy. And where can we bring balance and harmony there? So, usually in a Mercury retrograde, we notice disharmony. So this card makes beautiful sense as we complete the cycle. Healing the Heart is all about making amends, building the bridge, coming to terms with the need for change, but actually doing something about it. It's a beautiful card that brings us together in times of chaos and uncertainty. So this should be our focus. Where can I bring healing to this conversation? Or where can I bring balance and harmony to this conversation? Where can I bring more love to this? And again, I say conversation because we're always in conversation with each other, with the universe, etc., and even with our own thoughts. Where can I bring more love and compassion to my own thoughts? So this is a really key piece for everything else that I do in the reading this week. This is our number one priority. I'm looking over there to make sure that before my Virgo moon husband comes running over here and changes the card. Okay, so the next card tells us about the nature of the obstacle that we would all bump up against, or what actually helps us move beyond whatever obstacle comes up for us. We don't know the form of that. And it's the spirit of gratitude. This is beautiful. So we have the first card also is the energy of the heart. This is the Seven Energies decks. It's about the flow of energy. And this is about the energy of spirit. And if we bring the spirit of gratitude even to our most difficult conversations, we can be grateful for the lessons that we've been taught by others. Like, for example, say you were disappointed by somebody. You could be looking at this going, okay, what is my part in this? Well, maybe you gave unrealistic expectations on that person. Maybe you created something that wasn't real. And so you're coming out of denial and you look at it and you go, you know what? I'm really grateful that I can start taking a look at my codependency, for example. Now, this is just an example. I'm just pulling out like a rabbit out of a hat. Or maybe there's a situation where you're saying, you know what? I've had to leave a situation. And we always have a tendency using the negative bias to make something bad or wrong when we decide to go. Instead of saying that, say, you know, I want to bless this. And I always say, bless everyone you leave. Bless every situation that you say is no longer for you. Because if we don't, and then we say, this, you get to exist exactly as you are, and without any attachment to you or stickiness, I'm going to release you to your highest good so that I can move on. The other option with this is like, with gratitude for seeing myself with better clarity, I'd like to make amends, right? There's also that aspect to this. So this is a really nice combination for the opportunities that we have this week. And amends is not saying sorry. I think so many people just say, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't, it's like, how about knowing exactly what, doing something about it before that and say, okay, how can I do better? That's basically it. Because when you know better, you do better. And that has to be okay for everybody, right? That's really what this is saying. Bring more harmony, bring more love, bring more compassion, and let people go. Like, let us go in order to evolve, right? So let's see what's in the foundation. Awesome, bearing fruit. Every seed that we have planted in our field of dreams, including the weeds, bears fruit. Where our attention flows, that's where energy goes. So however much attention that you've been paying, let's say to social media, let's say all you do is doom scroll. Well, you're going to see more of that because that's how you're built. The reticular activating system of your brain is going to use your eyeballs and go look for more to prove that whatever it is that you've been rehearsing is actually true, and then you'll look for evidence. What about looking for evidence for things that could go right, for solutions, for beauty, for compassion, for love, for bridge building, etc. So if we could do more of that, that's the foundation of this week, is to say this is how we heal the heart, is to take a look at where have we been putting our attention, and could we make a choice to move it into something that's the kind of fruit that we want the tree of life to bear, right? So that's also really, and that doesn't mean bypassing, it means planting. It means pulling out the weeds that are going to choke the life out of the beauty, right? Now, let's look at what we already know. So what lesson are we bringing forward this week? I love doing these readings, by the way. Oh, yes, a lesson of denial. That is also very cool, given that we've just been through Mercury retrograde in Libra, because we can take a look at also how we have lied to ourselves about our projections and our expectations about situations and other people, and also how we have refused to think for ourselves, and we've just taken, like that's sort of like, okay, well, you said that, therefore it's true. Oh, somebody said like, oh, if you Google it, it's true. But what if, like, or Wikipedia, like, and it's like, well, what if somebody goes in there and changes it? It's like you know what you know, and what you know is how to get out of denial and stop lying to yourself is what this is. And to see things at face value as well, to really take a look at, this is really what it is, and seeing things in their integrity instead of projecting your wants, your attachments, or your needs onto things that can't give that to you. That's a really big lesson. And the reason why I'm saying that is because of these two cards. It's because of healing the heart. If there was a different card there, I might have skewed this card a little differently, but it's always about denial, and it's always about how we lie to ourselves and others through the stories that we tell to ourselves and others. Now, what's the highest we can attain right now? Like, what are we reaching for? Great and full. So we're reaching for the energy of I am enough. Oh, I love that. Just think about that. I am enough. I have enough. I am enough. I am enough. You are enough. And that in itself, when we make amends, because we're not seeing everybody else as flawed or lacking, etc., it's so easy to do in a polarized society. So now it's like, okay, where is the spirit in every single human being? Where do I honor the spirit in you? You are enough and I am enough. I don't need to compare myself to you. That's really important this week. I think sometimes when we get resentful about other people, we think that their success could take away ours, or there's not enough, there's not enough, there's not enough. And then we've created systems that ensure that there's not enough, right? So this is a way for us to do things differently and think differently as well. So I am enough. Isn't that a beautiful affirmation for this week? And you are enough. Now let's choose another card. And the card here describes kind of like where are we evolving to, like where's the energy going from all of this is like, these are all the threads of the tapestry that we're weaving. Whether we do something about it or not, here we go. The land between. So between worlds is a card from another one of my decks. And this is about that transition point that can actually be really rich, right? Like we think that we want to go from caterpillar, fuzzy, cute little caterpillar, to like butterfly, right? And then the stuff in between, which is essential. Like in order to become the butterfly, we actually have to let things about ourselves die that don't actually fit this new self. And all of us are evolving into that. And in our lifetime, I mean, I'm hoping that we see some of the changes, but certainly in the next generation, you're going to see the real butterfly stuff. So what happens in the land between? Do we either just get kind of sick and have nightmares in there, like what the little caterpillar does when it's losing its fuzz and when everything inside that little claustrophobic? Or could we dream, right? Could we have lucid dreaming in there and actually dream about solutions and call upon our consciousness, our consciousness that is not the small self, but the larger connection to the universe, that the self with a capital S that is in partnership with the divine, can we get inspiration and ideas, etc.? Because the land between is where that all happens. Because when you land at the next side, that's where the next step of the evolution is. But in the process of the middle, this is where innovation comes. That's the whole Aquarian age. I've always been an innovator. I've always taken ideas, not always successfully, but most of the time I am, and I want to turn it into something new. And how else could we see this? What's a more modern take to it? Blah, blah, blah. And you notice this, by the way, too, you'll see a lot of younger deck creators that have been doing these fantastic projects, and you really see the reflection of the new way of thinking in these new decks too. I think it's just fantastic. I'm just like, I'm so excited for where we're heading. Anyway, so yeah, land between, make it count, make it count. Now, these next 4 cards describe 4 energies that are going to impact us. So these are the influential energies, that some of which will be more important to you personally and some of which won't, but all 4 will count. Okay, so I'm going to take all 4 cards. I'm going to make sure my husband sees that they are...
Put them to the side, but
Move the thingamajigger?
Yeah, and bring those guys up a little bit.
These guys.
Yeah.
All right, Mark.
And then put the next two.
Beautiful art by my buddy, my soul sister, Jenna de la Gratalia. So now, what are the 4 energies? Now, these are awesome. Frankly, into me I see. So interesting. Because, again, that Mercury retrograde in Libra, which has required us to take a look at all the different ways in which our partnerships with each other, ourselves, the rest of the world, our environment, blah, blah, blah. We have to relook at that. Here it goes, into me I see. This is the energy of intimacy. But this is the energy that shows when we have a finger pointing outward, 4 of them are pointing back to me. So this is really a self-reflective week, which is awesome. How far have you come? This is really about that. Like, how far have I come at this, right? You don't have to be perfect at it. You just need to be trying. What is it, Mark? Oh, I thought you were pointing. Point what? What are you pointing at?
3 fingers pointing.
Oh, 3. No, there's 4. 3, 4. 4. Ah.
Only if you have a thumb like mine.
Yeah, well, I have mine printing. Okay.
If you have a thumb like mine, yes, it does point back towards you. But if you have a thumb like yours, it's only 3 pointing back.
Okay, 3 or 4. But you know what I'm saying? That's actually a good point. But I've always learned it. Actually, in my early recovery days, I'm going back 35 and a half years ago when I first got clean and sober, that was one of the things that we talked about, is that when you're pointing the finger at somebody else, know that 4 point back at you. So if it's 3, so what? And I'm going to tell you something. When I really got to really take a look at myself and my part in things, I could totally let the other person go and realize that I was capable of making changes in me, because we can never change anybody else, right? Only you. So that's really good. And then it is what it is. I love this. Take things exactly as it is. Don't try to change other people. Don't try to control the outcome of how somebody else behaves or their opinions of you. And we love to do that. Now, I don't want anybody to be mad at me. Like, have I done my work? Is it good enough? Like, oh my God, I got to keep going. La, 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 la. Like, what are they going to think? What are they going to think? That's so dangerous. Because I'm going to tell you something, especially with social media, you're never going to be liked by everybody. Trust me, right? And it doesn't matter, right? That's the other thing. It's like to be able to see your relationships for exactly as they are without demonizing them. Like, even the most painful situation can have a gift in it. And again, like, to let go with love, with gratitude. Like, what have I learned here? Interesting. What have I learned about me? Interesting. Am I going to be able to accept this as it is? Yes. Therefore, I can choose differently. Instead of trying to control or change something, I can just move along. That's interesting too. Now, shining through. The universe shines through us. We shine on behalf of the divine. When it's all about me, I, then we cut ourselves off from spirit, right? Like, if we're serving, then we're serving on behalf of spirit. We have to ask, what does life want me to do? Like, not what do I get? It's like, what are you asking of me? What are you asking me? What would you like me to do? I have a gift. I've got breath. I've got this life. How can I serve, right? When we think that way, holy moly, it's awesome. And last but not least, this is a week to get grounded again. It is also a full moon week, not the most grounding week. I'm so moon root. I'm a Cancer, so I find myself I have a hard time getting grounded during a full moon. I get a bit cuckoo bananas. But That's an excellent card for me and for anybody else that gets a bit wacky on the full moon. It's a beautiful, beautiful reminder to get grounded and remind yourself that you have a body. You totally have a body. This is about earth magic. You are gifted this. And when you get grounded and you give yourself time every single day to ground in the energy of the day, stay in 24 hours, it'll be amazing. All right, that was great. I'm excited about this week. We've had some doozy weeks. This looks good. Alrighty, and before we go, this coming Thursday night, whoa, Mystical Connections with me and John Holland, a fabulous online event. Holy moly, 2 wild and crazy mediums are gonna be doing readings. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I think there's still some tickets left. Tickets are here, somewhere there's a link. I'll see you there. Okay, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel and you're gonna get more of them in notifications. Like my video, please give me a thumbs up, and of course, leave me a comment. We love reading your comments, and I'll see you next time. Take care.